Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nissa and today we are back in future Life Sub-Saharan Africa where we'll take a look at a lemur island for our beautiful lemurs. We have all three lemurs from the base game, being the red ruffed lemur, the black and white ruffed lemur, and the ring-tailed lemurs. And if you want to see how I built this little lemur island, or simply just hear a little bit about conservation projects for the lemurs out in the real wild world, then please keep watching. Okay guys, first of all, the habitat today is gonna be another of these double habitats. So we're gonna build the one side today, which will be our lemur island, and then in a later episode we will build another island in the other end of the the other end of this area we are building in currently. I will just say that I think there's some mistake on the website I'm currently looking at. I'm looking at right now Animalia. We are gonna mention a few websites today, but when I look at any of the lemurs, pretty much all of them, they are listed with no family but two super families, which is the Lemuridea and the Lemuridae. As I understand it, the Lemuridea is the super family, which is above family, and then Lemuridae is the family. Again, most Latin names, when we come to something ending with dae, D-A-E, it is a family. So that's how I would understand it. Also, the fact that there is fewer individuals in the Lemuridae than there is in the Lemuroidea. Sorry. Yeah, very similar names, just to confuse anyone. Anyway, the superfamily of the Lemuroidea is a superfamily with 107 individuals, all native to Madagascar, including animals such as all of the lemurs. But here we also have the Indri and the Ai and a lot of other primates that belongs natively to Madagascar. It's not all Madagascan animals, but I believe all Madagascan primates. Anyway, Lemuridae is the family we are gonna focus on today. In this habitat, we have three individuals from the Lemuridae family. The Lemuridae family is the family of the lemurs. It's pretty much everyone that you would call lemur in English anyway. It's dependent lemurs. For instance, the red ruffed lemur is just called rødvari, meaning red vari. In Danish, for instance, they loses the lemur name in Danish and in a couple of other languages, and that's also account for Latin, because they are not actually lemurs. They are in the lemur family, but not lemurs. We actually only have one lemur in the world currently, and that is the ring-tailed lemur, Lemur cata in Latin. The lemur cata is a endangered individuals, and we do not have a lot of them out there. That's pretty much the story for all of these lemurs. But it have its own genus, and it's the only one in there. Besides that, we actually have, I believe, 5 different genuses under the Lemuridae family. So we have a lot of different lemurs going on, or lemur-like animals going on here. And I will mention that any of these 21 species could belong in this habitat. The only reason I went with these is partially because it's the ones from the games, and partially because the mods are not currently updated for the 1.14. And even then, there is at least 15 of these that there's no mod on currently. And the only other genus with only one individual is at this point the Lemur. More specifically, Lemur simus, which is the greater bamboo lemur. These individuals have beautiful orangey eyes, dark blackish skin on fingers and face, small ears with very sporadic lighter hair strands, and besides that, the fur is a little greenish on the back end and a little more orangey yellowish in the front end. Again, these are critically endangered and therefore they would belong perfectly in this habitat. Next up we have the Varicea genus, which is the Varicea, the two lemurs with the Varicea first name. Here we have the Varicea variegata, which is the black and white ruffed lemur, and the Varicea rubra, which is the red ruffed lemur. And again, Varicea is why we in Danish call these vari and not lemurs. These two individuals are both critically endangered. Then we move to the fourth genus, which is Hapalemur. Not happy lemur, but Hapalemur. Here we have the Hapalemur alautranicis, which is the Alautra reed lemur, critically endangered. Very cute. Also have this kind of greenish brownish colored fur with these more orangey on the top of the head, beautiful orange eyes, and thick fur both on hands and in the face, only the nose is not covered. And they have this gray toned, a little bit blue toned fur on both hands, face and ears. Then we have the Hapalemur aureus, which is the golden bamboo lemur, which is funny because we just looked at another bamboo feeder that were in another genus. So my guess would be that you used to believe they were closely related than they actually are, and then later you split them up. Anyway, this one is also critically endangered, and it have this beautiful orangey brown color on the back, and then bright orange on the belly, around the face, and the other side on the tail. They have dark eyes, and the hands and face have this beautiful contrasting dark colorations to the rest of the animal. Again, beautiful individual, critically endangered. Moving on to the Hapalemur griseus, which is the eastern lesser bamboo lemur. Again, a bamboo lemur. This is very, very cute also. Have this grayish color on the chest and the neck area, around the face, and have these kind of minute but still orangey colored eyes. Their face is a little bit differently. They, for instance, have a more flat top of the head and are just shaped a little differently, while the back of them still have this greenish brownish coloration going on. Once again, a beautiful individuals. These are, however, only vulnerable, not the spot you want them to have, but it's significantly better than anyone else we have mentioned at this point. Next up, we have the Hapalemur occidentalis, which is the Sambirano lesser bamboo lemur, which have this quite unique shape of face. It are much more flat. The nose doesn't point out the same way, and then they have kind of this very heart-shaped edge around the face over the eyes, where it go down in the middle, with this brown top, and then this very light coloration of bluish gray in the face that continues up and around the ears and then down the chest. Feet are bluish and the tail also bluish, while the back is brown. Very beautiful individuals once again, and vulnerable. And as the last individual in this genus, we have the Lemur meridionalis, which is the rusty gray lizard bamboo lemur. That's a long name. It's very, very cute here. It looks like a little chunky fellow. I thought first of all it was just that picture where they were fat, but they seem extremely round on all of the pictures, though I think some of it is affected by the fact that their limbs are just shorter arms, shorter legs, have this a little more deeper reddish colored eyes. Once again, this greenish brownish color on the back, top of the head, and then this lighter color, almost whitish, a little tan on the bottom belly, but almost whitish on the top chest, and then it goes out in this bluish grayish color. It's very beautiful, and this individual is also vulnerable. And then we come to the last genus, which is the largest one with 12 individuals, and this is the Lemur. I'm not sure I say that right, but that's how I think it's pronounced. We are actually starting with something I think most of us know, which is the Lemur mongoose, which is the mongoose lemur. The mongoose lemur have this quite unique shape to it. The most of the body is more round, but the nose is still fairly long but a little wider. Beautiful orangey brown eyes and no hair on the skin, just around the eyes. A reddish color of brown surrounding the face, but most of the body is gray. These individuals are critically endangered. Then it comes to the Lemur flavifrons, which is the one with the very confusing name of the blue-eyed black lemur. They can have blue eyes, but some of them have greenish eyes, and the black color is only the males. The females have this light brown to orange tan coloration going on. They are beautifully sculpted, and their bone structure actually are a little bit wolf-like in the face. These individuals are sadly also critically endangered. Next up, we have the Lemur coronatus, which is the crowned lemur. It actually looks very much like the female version of the blue-eyed black lemur, but where the blue-eyed black lemur's face are blackish or dark brown, the crowned lemur actually have this very light, almost whitish color going around both on the ears, the feet, and the face. However, the tip of the nosy area under the nose is still having this dark blackish color. They do carry the name of the crowned lemur because they have this beautiful orange coloration on the tuft of the cheeks, going up on the top of the head, where they have a black stripe down the middle forming this crown. The rest of it is having this beautiful orangey brown to a tan coloration. These individuals are endangered. Then we have Lemur sanfordi, which is the Sandforge brown lemur. It is very beautiful. It has this brownish coloration going on with a lighter chest, dark face, but still brown feet. They have this kind of sun around the face, kind of like a lion mandarin, which have these lighter tufts of hairs just pointing away from the face all around, and they have yellowish to orange eyes. Very beautiful, and they are endangered. Then we have the Lemur fulvus, which is the brown lemur. This one are almost naked on top of their face, where most of them have either none or very short hair in the front of the face, but longer hair on the top. This actually continues up on top of the head, where it kind of looks like this baldness. However, it is just very short hair. However, on the front part of the nozzle, basically from the tip of the nose and then down to the edge of the mouth, they are very much naked. All of this shorter hair and nakedness in the head are darkish, brownish black, and then the rest of it are brown, including the hands, though the hands and feet are a little lighter brown than the rest of the body. They have yellow to orange eyes. They are beautiful and they are vulnerable. Then we have the Lemur roofy fronts, which is the red-fronted lemur. They have a quite unique coloration in their face. They actually have a black from the top of the nose to the top of the front head. They have a line going up there in the middle. Under the eyes, next to this dark line, they have the orange going down to the tip of the nose. Then from the top of the dark coloration, on both sides of it, it have a white coloration going around the eyes, and then going next to the orange color or reddish color down to the mouth area. And then on top of the head, they have this orange coloration going on with a darker coloration in the middle, and then lighter as it goes downwards. However, the rest of it actually is quite boring compared to that, since it is just this very light variation of a greenish brown coloration with a little lighter chest and a little darker feet. These individuals are vulnerable. Then we have Lemur cinerecepis, something around that, which is the white colored lemur. Now, I had to search a little bit backwards and forwards and ended up searching on the Latin name, and I think I found it. I'm not sure. It has this brown coloration on the back and on the top of the head, going down as a V shape in the middle between the eyes. Dark coloration in most of the face, but have these big tough cheeks that are wide, a white belly as well, and then dark feet and hands. I'm not completely sure this is the right one, but it is the one coming up when I search for white colored lemur. Yes, you can see my confusion there. It is critically endangered. Then we have the Lemur macaco, which is the black lemur. Once again, a lemur that only have the name for their male individuals that are black, completely black. However, they do have these tufts around the face that goes out from the ears and just straight out to the side, like crazy scientist looks, pretty much. These hairs are also black on the males. They can have both orange or blue eyes. However, the female are these beautiful orangey color in fur, and there's or orangey to brown, I would say, but their tufts on the side of this face are then white, so they have this big contrast where the males are more black with more black. Anyway, both males and females are beautiful, very cute, and they are endangered. Then we come to the Lemur coloris, which is the colored brown lemur, and it kind of makes me think I misunderstood with the white colored lemur, because it looks very much alike. However, these tuft hair strands they have on the cheeks that are very thick, here they are brown, where on the other one it was white. However, the base coloration here also seems to be more orangey compared to the white one. These individuals are also endangered. Moving on, we comes to the Lemur rufus, which is the red-brown lemur, which actually have the base lemur things going on very much. Base color here is this reddish brown color instead of this greenish brown color. Then they also, like one of the others, have this dark coloration going down the face and under the eyes, but then we have the white coloration in the eyebrows going around the eyes and then concluding under the black part of the cheekbones. They are very cute, have a little darker patch on the top of the head and have these beautiful reddish to orangey colored eyes. Very beautiful, and these individuals are vulnerable. Then we have the Lemur winter, which is the red-bellied lemur. Very beautiful individuals, have this more dark, almost chestnut reddish color, and then some of them have a even redder belly, some of them have just a lighter belly, but I think the base variation of them have this reddish belly. They have dark faces, but then in the inner corner of their eyes and then going down the side of the nose, they have this splash of whiteness going on. They have deep dark brown eyes and they are very beautiful. These individuals are vulnerable. And then last up we have the Lemur albifrons, which is not an albino, it's just have the albifrons name because it is the white-fronted lemur. I believe it's the one also called white-faced lemur because most of the lemur have this base greenish brown color, lighter belly size, and then in the face they are completely black. However, they have this very thick hair all around the face, all the way also on top, kind of like a lion mane, that are completely white. These individuals are very beautiful and they are vulnerable. You may ask me or yourself or anyone, and if you want in the comment section, you are welcome to. But the question is probably, why use 20 minutes or so mentioning every single lemur that exists? And that's simply the fact that most of these are critically endangered. All of them are in a bad spot in the world. None of them are least concerned animals as they should be, and therefore I think it's very important that they could get the help that they deserve. These are very limited in the way that they are all limited to Madagascar. You will not find these natively anywhere else around the world, and therefore the help you could give them will only be either a lemurs from captivity being released, or B, that you help them sustain their habitats. Therefore, I have linked below the Lemur Conservation Foundation, which doesn't only work to help the lemur specifically, but also other animals like the cephacas and indiri and other primates on Madagascar. They help specifically with public health initiative, rainforest restoration, fishing, farming, trading, fuel effective cook stoves, and other things specifically to help the local populations and the people that depends on these beautiful habitats being able to sustain them in the future without keeping on depleting them. Again, this is not only a place where you can go and donate, they have a shop, you can get involved, there's different kinds of education, and there's also a job listing going on, as long as you can also go and adopt a lemur. I'm pretty sure you shouldn't assume you're gonna get it at home yourself, but you can literally go and adopt, not everyone, but in Florida, there is a colored brown lemur, a common brown lemur, mongoose lemur, Sanford's brown lemur, ringtail lemur, red ruffed lemur, a indri, and a silky cephaca if there's any of these you want to adopt, you can go and do so, and then you can go to Florida and see them and say that's yours, and the money will of course help lemurs in the wild. So again, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you this is our opportunity if you want to do something. And again, I'm leaving it there. I'm again not gonna decide, but I am gonna go and look in the shop because I'm a girl and I like shopping. And again, link to everything is linked below, so you can go and use those links if you feel like it, or just if you want to learn more about them, because there's also plenty for that. Anyway, enjoy the last minute or so of the cinematics, and I will come back for the outro. Okay guys, it's all I got for you today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and as always, you know the drill. Like, subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again, either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye guys!